This is the art of reincarnation. First, there must be one entity in existence, and it must separate itself through the life it creates. It is not a replacement of an individual soul. They are saying, I am the origin, and I am the eternity, and I am the end, and you are merely my reach. They have tried to make the universe a sadness for its attempt. Even its beginning was not that. To throw a stone at a wall and see it break into two means there are now two stones. When I was a child, I would walk to the church on the sea front there, and I had saw a nun planting flowers, and I asked her. After I said hello, I asked her what was before me. She smiled and said your parents. I said definitely. What was before them? She told me your grandparents, and I said definitely. She said to me, if you keep asking me, I can only know their parents. For definite, I said yes, I'm definite about that too. What was before all people? She smiled and she said, I do not know. I also do not know. I think flowers and trees would have been here because they are happy, and I don't think people would have been able to live here without them, because they care for us so much. Thank you, I said. And she said, have a lovely day, and I said, you made it one. And she smiled and I ran away. I loved her for her conversation, because she gave a truth to religion that I had really longed for, because she hadn't disguised a teaching for nature. We had a conversation of nature. She did not hear me asking for her knowledge of religion, but she heard me in what I was saying. The learning and teaching of compassion by any source is not the way of compassion, for it is an individual's reward. That is the compassionate way. Living as you, and compassionately is the reward. What I am trying to say is that the reward is to be compassionate to others. I've never made an effort to forget anything or lessen the impact of life upon me. But that is not a skill of nature. That is but an invention of man that dismisses the nurture that is nature. A person becoming the reason for religiousness does not make a religion become alive. Any life a religion does have is through the religious person's individuality entirely, and the death of it is in their creation of harm. The past suddenly becomes so powerful when that person wants to justify their present actions. There are no religious people within even one religion. There are only religious people outside of religion. People that are not religious have a correct understanding of God, and those that are religious believe that they beyond the understanding shared and truth available to them by the own religion they are in. Is the belief upon all things that their interpretation changes what God is, which makes them more of a God than the God they chose, and they lose their religiousness. Sometimes I think belief comes to a human's inspiration from the nurture nature provides. There is something for every living need, but after death there is not a living any more, and nature continues to bless the living as we know it to be seen, if we have seen something unalived. As aliveness recognizes itself, for death can only be experienced through loss and emotion and thought, and no matter your hope, you will not decide nature's love and where it goes, you must just be the lover. Do not be exiled from your own self. Everything against a person is a reason to them to continue. The sick spend their wishes on God, and the well that spend themselves on God give themselves away to time and live lesser than the religious one that belongs to no faith, but as faith lives in humanity alone, as them, the faithful one.